right, hello everyone. I'm John Gatto, the Sports Information Director at the University of Scranton. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to go back in time to the first part of the athletics year and our previous athletics year and look back on some of the greatest moments that we had throughout the last athletics year as we get ready for what should be an interesting 2020-21 athletics year. So our first team that we're going to feature during this will be the women's soccer team. And today we're joined by three members of Landmark Conference Championship team from 2019, Teresa Hegarty, Mazie Stiles, and Steph Lowrey. And guys, first of all, each of you just ask you this question. How have you been doing over the last few months? And now that we're in the summer, how's the summer been going so far?
I'll go. We've been trying to do a lot of team bonding, like as much as possible with like Zooming and like challenging each other for fitness and just getting touches on the ball. Like as hard as it is with the circumstances, we've just been trying to stay in touch and like get ready for our season, hopefully.
Yeah, we had a really great virtual spring season. I think we made the most out of what we could have with what we had. So I think that was really great. And then going off of that, I think that really motivated me to get working this summer, get right away, like back into things. And then for me, once fields and tracks started to open, that was really great because I've been able to pretty much like get with my normal like summer routine and get in shape for this fall. So it's been pretty good.
Yeah, the virtual season we did in the spring really allowed us all to challenge each other and to stay in shape. Even though we didn't have a real season, we were still able to get touches on the ball and keep getting better.
All right, great. So, now it's July 1st. So we are filming this. So we'll go back in time to basically the end of October 1st. So, obviously in the championship game, we played Susquehanna. But earlier in the year, they came to Weisfield and beat us 1-0 at home. It was the second straight loss that we had to Susquehanna, and it was also a pretty pivotal loss because it sent us on the road for the playoffs. So, Mazie, I'll start, kind of with you on this. So, after that game, kind of what was the team's mentality at that point? Was it, the lowest it could have been, or was there still some optimism because you knew that you're going to potentially be able to come back from a couple of tough losses during the year?
I think, especially from the season before, losing to them in the championship the year before, it really was a hard loss, losing them twice in a row, especially on our home field twice. But I think we did know how much better we are than them and that we could win. It just was a tough loss and it was bad circumstances. Something happened, but we did know how good we were and we were able to get back and win the championship at their home field. So that was a really good feeling.
That's great. And, if you, Steph and Teresa, if you have anything to add to that, obviously, Teresa, you were a freshman this year, so this was your first experience with this. And Steph, you were on the team 2 years ago. This was your sophomore year this past year. So, again, it had to be kind of, tough to lose that way, especially. And it was senior day as well for two seniors. So, just maybe go back and kind of talk about what it was like on the team at that point.
Yeah, I remember it being a pretty hard loss just because, I wasn't there to experience it last year when we lost them the championship game, but I just knew how important it was for the team and how big of a game it was, especially for Becca and Ashley. Like, we really wanted to win for them. But I think, honestly, it kind of was something that we needed. Like, we needed that extra little push. Then come the championship game, we were that much more motivated to beat them just because we knew, the last time we played them, it was at our home field and they beat us. So we were just, that much more motivated to win the game. So I think it was a hard loss at the time, but I think it really probably paid off in the end. So.
All right. So we had to go on the road, obviously, for the playoffs, which was a new experience for us. Usually in the past, with the success that we've had, we've been at home for at least one game. We had to go on the road and win two games. And the first game was a couple of days before this game that we're going to watch some highlights from on November 6th, semifinals. We go to Elizabethtown. We had lost there earlier in the year. It broke a really long winning streak for our team in Landmark Conference play. And Teresa, you scored the first goal and the last goal of the game, and we won that game 3-2 to go into the championship game. In your first conference playoff game to do that, how did that feel to know that, really the reason why we were going to be going into the championship game was because of some of the things that were set up in your favor in that Elizabethtown game?
Yeah, that was super exciting. I know just in general before the game, team like feeling. Everyone felt so good and confident. And I just remember the energy off the bench and on the field was just like insane. Like I just remember playing and hearing all of our teammates on the bench and on the field cheering each other on. So I had a really great feeling from the beginning, and I think all of us just knew how important it was, especially because it was a team who had beat us previously and on that field. And it was definitely new for us. We were on the road and it was on grass, but I think we all just kind of were like put our heads together and said like, we're going to win this game. And yeah, we had a really great pump up speech from Murph before the game. So we were all really motivated to win that game. So it felt great.
Okay, so with that win, then you moved on to beautiful Selinsgrove on November 9th on a very, very cold day and went down there to play the Riverhawks. So now we'll go into the actual championship game itself and watch this. And a reminder to everybody out there that's watching this, Susquehanna is not going to have many highlights in this part of the program. And the reason why is because they did not take a shot in the entire second half of this game. And getting blanked, as we will see. So obviously in a tremendous defensive effort by you guys in this game. So just to start off, we're at about 38 minutes to go here in the second half. At this point in the game, did you guys start to feel the momentum going into your favor?
Yeah. I think we all knew like something was coming just by the way we were moving the ball forward and just really attacking.
Yeah, I really do think Susquehanna deflated in the second half. It was like we completely took control of that game, and we knew it was coming the whole time.
I would agree. I think the nerves got to us a little bit in the first half. So everyone was a little bit more frantic. But after the halftime talk, we all just, again, like got rid of our nerves and just went full out into the game. And it showed. I mean, we played great in the second half, got 3 quick goals. So it was a lot of fun.
See here at this point, one thing that I'll preface before we get into this, which the sequence is about to happen right now. Right before this, we had a very good scoring chance, and the ball just grazed the right side of the net. So here it comes. You can see there, and Steph, you're right there to clean that up. In that moment, when the sequence is happening and the ball is coming over like that, what's going through your brain?
I was just really excited to score. I mean, we'd been working so hard, and it was a tough first half, and we came out fired up, and it just felt really good to get that first goal because we just wanted to keep the momentum going, and it just showed that all our hard work was starting to pay off, and we took the lead.
You can see there on the board. So, we now lead this game 1-0, and defensively, the way things were kind of going in the game, this was a pretty pivotal moment in the game. It seemed like it was, when we ever play Susquehanna, it's always a defensive game, and it usually, whoever's the first one to score usually is the one that pulls it off. So still, though, we're only up a goal, and as time moves on, you see we're at 28-40 at this point. So not much further from when the last goal happened, and we're going to have really, probably the biggest point in the game, in my opinion, where we know defensively how well we're playing, and you're going to see right there a very hard foul in the corner there, which enables a penalty shot for us. Now, Becca Russo takes this penalty shot. In your opinion, guys, did you ever think at any point this was not going to be a goal?
No. I think we all knew it was going in.
So you can see here she's ready to set it up. Obviously a senior, playing in her 4th Landmark Conference Championship game. And she absolutely buries it. So we are now up 2-0. A old coach that in one of my previous jobs told me that the most dangerous lead in soccer is 2-0. And I think on this day, 2-0 was going to be more than enough for us, even with 28-30 to go. In the second half. At this point, like, there's still a lot of time left in the game, but at this point, do you guys really feel like, all right, this game is ours now?
I think that obviously we had 2 goals, and we knew that we could 100% win this game. And I think the momentum that we had going forward, they really hadn't crossed over half much, a few times to get on our defensive end. And I think that really did show, and we knew that we could get 3 more goals, let alone 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think another big thing was I know from last year, I wasn't there again, but hearing the story of like how we went up and then got down a goal and Susquehanna scored 2 late goals. So I think we all felt super confident because we knew that we were playing well and that we had a lot of momentum going forward. But I think that momentum also carried through because we knew that we couldn't let up. So I think in the back of our heads, we were like, we have this game, but there's still 22 minutes left. So we need to put everything we have on the line and get another one if we can. So I think that was like one of the big pushing points for me. It was just, yeah, we're up 2-0, but again, that is so dangerous. They get 1, they're right back in it. So
being a junior, I remember screaming at all the freshmen being like, this is what happened last year. Like, it's not going to happen again. Like, that was one of our main things was like, do not let what happened last year happen in this game.
Obviously, that did not happen. And you'll see here the 3rd goal here getting set up, the ball back in the box, and then this just absolute dime by Juliana Corrieti, who knocked it home on an assist from Callie Diola. And this puts us up 3-0 with still a lot of time left, 22-13. You see it there. But I would have to think at this point, you're still in the game, but human emotion, I think, probably has to pretty much set in that, yeah, there's still 20 plus minutes left in this game. But I think we might have this in the bag. Is that basically what you guys are thinking at this point?
I think at this point we went super defensive. We knew like we were up by 3 goals. I think we put 5 in the back. I think I was playing forward at this point. We were just like, I don't even know what was going on. We just didn't want them to score, I think was really our main thing. We didn't really need to score anymore. We had 3 goals. We just did not want them to score.
And they did not score. We'll see here in the final minute, really kind of the rest of the game. As Mazie, you said, we did a very, very good job of kind of packing it in and not allowing them to do anything. They did not have one shot the entire last 45 minutes of the game. At this point in the game, obviously, the celebration is already kind of starting on our bench. So with under a minute to go, you guys know that this is going to happen. What's going through your minds, each of you, at this point?
Honestly, my main concern, which is really bad, was I didn't know where to run to. Like, who do you was one of my thoughts. And like just Murph was like screaming at us to not stop running. So it was like a lot going on, but like I think we 100% knew we were gonna win. And I think just like seeing them in the position that we were in last year was like as awful as it like an awesome feeling.
That last
go ahead, Steph.
That last minute was like the longest minute ever. I swear, like it felt like forever. All I wanted to do was just like run, celebrate, but the clock just never ran out. It seemed like
me and Steph were right next to each other, and we kept being like, "This is the longest, like 3 minutes, 2 minutes," and we kept having to go to the corner, and the refs kept yelling at us about going to the corners, and we were getting like trampled by them in the corner, and it was like the longest ever. I agree with that.
So again, we win the game 3-0, and you'll see here kind of the awards presentation, but just a few notes from it. It was our 7th Landmark Conference title since we joined the conference, and our 3rd in the last 4 years. Right here, Steph, you're going to be in a couple of seconds. Spoiler alert: the MVP of the tournament. Describe what that felt like. Were you shocked that you were named the MVP?
Honestly, I didn't even know it was like an actual award. So when they said my name, I kind of just like froze, and everyone looked at me like, "Why aren't you going up?" Everyone was like, "Stephanie, you need to go up," and I didn't even realize that I had gotten that award. But I was very honored to get it, and it was a great experience to be awarded that.
The last part of the video here will be the seniors getting awarded the championship plaque. Becca and Ashley, guys, as underclassmen, to see, the seniors and their hard work, just kind of talk about what it felt like to kind of win it for them as seniors. This was their last shot to do it and to kind of get a little bit of revenge on the team that beat us the year before. How did it feel, just for them personally to get it done?
I mean, I've been with Ashley since my freshman year, so I've really, have always been the grade above me. And just seeing them as seniors is like the craziest thing ever. But getting this win for them was like one of the most awesome feelings ever, especially like with the injuries we went through the season and just everything that we had, like that happened. It was just such an awesome feeling to win it for them.
Yeah, I would agree. For me, since I was just a freshman, Becca and Ashley really acted as like great mentors for the underclassmen. So I found that it was really like in the back of my mind the whole time was to win it for the seniors and for the upperclassmen in general. And I think another part was because we didn't pull out that win for them on senior day, it just felt like that much more important that we won this for them. So that was definitely in the back of my mind when we were playing that game.
Yeah, we wanted to end the season on a high note. Like Teresa said, like we didn't win senior night, and then the championship game the year before we lost to Susquehanna. So we all wanted to win, but especially wanted to win it for them so they could go out with the championship.
We did that. We obviously did that. We win game 3-0, and then in the NCAA tournament, we move on, win a game or advance in a game on penalty kicks, and against a very good center team that was undefeated going into the game. We're not going to watch that one today, but guys, just talk about that game. It was a really crazy game, and to come out of it, on with a penalty kick and to advance into the second round again, that had to be a pretty cool experience, especially for you, Teresa, as a freshman playing an NCAA tournament for the first time.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a fun trip. It was a long trip, but once we were there, it was really exciting. There's some like ceremonies. Everyone got announced on the field, which was super cool. And then I think we just came out with that game with nothing to lose. We knew that they were going to be pretty confident going in. They hadn't lost a game their whole season. And we kind of sat back on them, which I don't think they'd seen their whole season. And we sat back, and then we tried to attack whenever we could and get a counterattack. And we never did end up scoring, but they didn't score either. So we did our job and got all the way to penalty kicks, and then we pulled it off from there. So that was a really exciting game, especially from my first year.
I think it really was going into it being like we have nothing to lose. It was a very funny weekend, more or less. It wasn't like serious. Like for them, I think it was very serious. But we went into it more like, what do we have to lose? Like we might as well give it our all. And I think coming out with that win, it wasn't a surprise, but it was a really good feeling knowing that we could beat these types of teams, especially after the season we had. And I think it was an awesome feeling to do again for Becca and Ashley and for Murph. And after the what did we miss it by 12 miles, the flying?
Yeah.
Like the long drive, being able to not go home after that first game, like was such an awesome feeling.
All right, and obviously, unfortunately, the season ended against the host, the Ohio Northern Polar Bears, the next day, but on penalty kicks, in a defensive battle, but fell a little bit short in that one. But regardless, it was a historic season for you guys to win the conference again, to go to the NCAA tournament again, to advance to the second round again. Just end it on this. What are you looking forward to most when you come back to campus?
I mean, I'm looking forward to soccer. It's my senior year, so I'm super excited to obviously attempt to win another landmark championship. And I just think seeing the season we had last year, we are such a great group of girls, and everyone is so amazing at soccer and just amazing people. I'm just so excited to go back to all of them.
I'm just looking forward to being back with the team and being able to practice and play games, because obviously we missed out on our spring season, and even though we did a virtual one, it wasn't the same as being with everyone.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm excited to see everyone again. It's been a while. And just to get playing with everyone. I'm super excited for the first game. I think it'll be really a lot of fun and a testament to how much work we've been putting in this summer on our own. So I'm super excited to have that first game. Even the first practice, it'll be super exciting.
Yeah, and hopefully, we do get there. Obviously, time will tell, but for now, we will all be back coming up here in about a month and a half. And I can say from all of us in the athletics department, we're really looking forward to it. It's been a long couple of months, and we're looking forward to getting back to it. So, Teresa, Mazie, Steph, thank you. Stay safe over the next month and a half. And like I said, we will see you guys very, very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.